Closing. All right, welcome everyone to the second Governor Ball of Reims debate. So Mr. Schuessler, our journalism class, is here with prep questions. Debate format will be very simple. Each gets a 90-second opening statement, and then there will be 4 questions today posed by the journalism class. Each candidate gets 60 seconds to respond, 30-second rebuttal, and it will rotate. Who's going to go first? Opening statement, you? Yep. And then so he'll go first for the closing statement. We'll do 4 questions today, 4 tomorrow, same format, and then closing statements will be tomorrow. First question is coming in, and
Well, openings first.
openings first. You may start. You got
All right.
the timer?
Yep.
Hello. For those who don't know me, my name is Colin Hirschlag. I'm a candidate for Governor of all of Reims. I'd just like to thank Mr. Gotzel for making this debate possible. Now, for those of you who don't know me, I tend to lean left on the political spectrum. I'm not going to try and hide that, but I am not by any means a socialist. I'm a supporter of the Second Amendment, but I do believe in sensible regulations to help keep the public safe. I also want to help I also want to declassify marijuana as a Schedule I drug so we can study its effects and hopefully allow the states to legalize its use for medical and recreational purposes. I hope this debate allows you to know who I am as a candidate and helps make you make an informed decision. Thank you.
First, I'd like to thank the journalism class and all of you who tuned in today. I'm also honored to be on the stage with my good friend Colin Hirschlag. I commend your valiant effort over these past few weeks. So, my name is Jake Lane. When I decided to run for governor, I wanted to be an advocate for the common student. I wanted to provide a voice for the voiceless. But no matter how noble or just my goals, we will achieve nothing if we are divided. I hope that my campaign, and eventually my term as governor, will help bring us together as a school of varied political beliefs. Though I may hold some views you find disagreeable, I challenge you to truly consider which candidate is more qualified for the job. Delve beyond my stances and consider if above all that, I will be the right man to stand up for you. Though I am a man of conviction, I am also a man willing to put partisanship aside in order to do the right thing for each and every one of you. So I'll leave you with this. A lane for Gov is a path for success.
All right, our first question today will be on the topic of drugs. Colin, you'll get 60 seconds, 30 seconds for Jake.
Okay, is lowering the drinking age and legalizing marijuana the best way to combat the increasing drug use and abuse problem going on right now in the United States?
That's a good question. So I think, firstly, marijuana should be decriminalized and allow the states to legalize it for medical or recreational use. In terms of lowering the drinking age, I do not believe in that. The brain is not fully developed until around 25, 26, so there's no need to bring the drinking age down to 19. Same goes for marijuana. I think you need to be 21 at least before you can decide if you can want to use it. Same thing with alcohol. I don't believe in lowering it, and I don't believe in increasing it. I think it's fine at 21.
So me and Colin share a lot of views in regards to marijuana policy. So I'll just touch on the lowering the drinking age right now. I don't think the drinking age should be 19 because anyone's brain is fully developed at 19. I think 19 is a true age where we, in our society, we start putting more responsibility on kids that age. So if we're going to allow them more responsibility, we should also allow them more privileges.
Okay, question 2 today will be on the topic of climate change. Jake, you get 60 seconds. Colin, 30-second rebuttal.
Do you think it is right for the government to support companies or oppose companies that would like to change to fossil fuels, from fossil fuels to wind and solar energy?
So the question is, should the government be, favoring companies who want to transfer to more renewable energy sources?
Yes.
Is that the question? So, right now, our government provides subsidies for many different things to different businesses. I personally believe in more of a free market approach to transferring to renewable energy. I think as fossil fuels run out, their price is going to rise very rapidly, and the market will be forced to fall back on more renewable energy sources. So I think the least amount of government intervention, 9 times out of 10, will provide a better outcome for our country.
I actually disagree with Mr. Lane on that. I think climate change is such an immediate threat to our country and to the rest of the world that we need to take immediate action in combating it. Now, I believe the best way to do that is also to provide more incentives so the businesses will make the decisions to promote greener energy use, which is why I support a carbon credit taxing system where there's a certain amount that can be polluted into the atmosphere, and you're not allowed to go over that without a tax.
Okay, third question, we'll start with Colin. This is a question that is on the topic of the parking situation here at all of Rames High School.
What is your opinion on the cost of the tickets and the number of tickets being out to students who have parked illegally, even though the parking is limited and they have no other options?
I think that's a very pressing issue as high schoolers, seeing as how most of us drive to school every day and we need parking spots. I think the best solution is we're gonna need more parking spots. I think Mr. Lane suggested paving parts of the fitness, or not the fitness path, parts of the access trail for use. I think that's a very good idea. There's probably other options, such as maybe parking in the HHR parking lot, getting here earlier and walking over. But I think that's something we do need to think about, maybe talk to like the school committee about.
So I can see how it's very easy to get frustrated when you get a ticket for just trying to come to school and trying to get here. Even if you get here a little bit late, you may get a ticket because you can't get a spot. But I don't think the right reaction to this is to get angry. I think we should understand that there's laws and we have parking laws for a reason. And I think the better solution to this would not be get angry, but do something to help fix this problem.
All right, our fourth question today will come on the topic of guns and gun control.
In the years since the Columbine Massacre, there have been more than 270 mass shootings or attempted mass shootings in schools and colleges across the country. These attacks have claimed the lives of over 140 people. In 2015, there was an average of one school or college shooting a week. Just yesterday, there was a school shooting at an elementary school in San Bernardino, California, that left an 8-year-old boy dead. In light of all of this, these numbers, which have been compiled by ABC News and various government agencies, how do you propose that we protect the lives of our nation's students from these horrific attacks?
Well, first, I'd like to offer my condolences for the families of all those involved in the shooting yesterday in San Bernardino. So to address your question, I personally support more concealed carry permits for teachers. So if a teacher, goes through the proper tests and the proper procedures, and they are legally allowed to carry a gun in all other places in society, I don't see why the school is off limits. I think no one cares about the students more than the teachers, so I don't trust anyone more to protect me than a teacher that is legally armed.
I think giving guns to teachers or allowing them to carry it if they have a concealed carry is acceptable, but at the same time, that may cause a level of uncertainty in the classroom. Kids may not necessarily feel safe with that. So I think the most important thing we can do is help prevent the gun from getting in the hand of the shooter in the first place. And you can do that by having tougher mental health screenings to make sure they're mentally stable before purchasing a firearm. You also need to limit magazine sizes, so that way mass shootings won't necessarily occur as frequently.
Perfect timing. Thank you, guys. We'll have the second part tomorrow. That was about